What's the other side look like? Oh, yeah. Huh. Yeah, we can work with that. Oh, gosh. Stay. All right. That's pro. That's professional right there. I'm going to be doing some gear reviews coming up soon. We're going to talk about the shaft. Okay. We are going to talk about the square top. This is where extra lube is required. And we'll talk about why in a minute. Then we're going to talk about the grips. We are going to talk about why a shoal cut for myself. Some of the other cool things about the company. Why I'm fishing Sawyer. So stick around. Should be a good review. First and foremost, when it is cold outside, guys, the one thing I don't want to do is use this grip. Look at this grip, okay? I know you guys can see this grip. Hold on. I feel like the lighting is kind of bad in here. Hold on, guys. Uno momento. Is that better? No. All right, that's got to be better. All right, we got better light. So, the handle, as you can see, it's a super smooth handle, right? Now, one problem with this is that there's no grip to this damn thing. And this is stock. This is what came with the oar. Not a big fan. Okay, so this is my review, my personal observations, everything cool like that. Can you guys see the steelhead? Okay, making sure we can see it. So this, not a big fan, guys. And the reason why I say that is because if it gets cold outside, it gets icy outside, rainy, just anything gets on this grip, it is the smoothest thing ever. And when you're rowing, when you're trying to feather your oars, this thing, like your hand will turn on it before you can get the full thing to feather. And that's just not cool, man. So I'm gonna buy grips for this. In upcoming videos, you'll see me with different grips. Not a big fan of the grips, and that's okay. Second thing, aesthetically, this square top, beautiful. Okay, beautiful. I love this. I love wood. I love wood on anything. Wood. The only problem I have with it is you take a donut like so. Yes, I have a donut. I don't have those oar rights or whatever the hell you call them, where your blade's always facing the right direction when you pick it up, because I don't want to have training wheels on my setup. But pretty sick having this donut on there, right? Pretty sick. However, the inside diameter of this donut is basically the diameter of this handle right here. It's tiny. Imagine getting that donut slid on over this giant square. Okay? So, this giant square is amazing, but it's hard to get a donut on it. I had to take some soap and everything and put it on here and slide that donut down that shaft. Okay? Now, let's talk about why they call it the Dynalite. This thing, not balanced correctly, this thing is super light. You can do a hard day of rowing in the wind, a hard day of rowing wherever you are, and you can still have energy to row because this thing is so light. Oh my gosh, my steelhead poster, my setup, it's not working. We gotta figure this out. Okay. Shh. All right, back in action. As I was talking about, it's super light, right? One thing I love about it is when they wrap it with this like fiberglass rope stuff. I love this. It protects the shaft, which is a good thing, right? Aesthetically, this oar is very pleasing. Okay? And we are going to talk about where this oar is made and why I love Sawyer so much. But first, let's keep digging into the components of this thing. So you have this long shaft of fiberglass material, okay? And then you have this shoal cut blade. Now I'm going to draw on an illustration. We are going to go over the different styles of these oar blades and why I like a certain one. So take the water, and then you take the first style oar blade, which is going to look something like that. That is called a macon. Okay? M-A-C-O-N. Now, say the ground is right here. Okay? And if I was rowing, my oar would be tilted a little bit, right? Because of where it sits in the oarlock. And then as you point it down toward the water, the shape of this blade is going to hit the ground, right? A lot quicker than the other style of blade would. Now, if I was to check the surface area, you only have 2 inches. Sorry, I'll do it like this, the end of the tape. You only have 2 inches, and this is not the actual size. By the way, this is just an example. With the Macon style blade, there's only 2 inches of blade that is under the water. And if I was to, tilt my oar, it would hit the ground a lot quicker than... I'm a terrible artist. I'm going to get crap for this. But here is a shoal cut blade. Example, my oar blade. Or a hatchet style oar blade. Now say the ground is, at the same spot. And you can see the shape of this blade. You are going to have, look at that. Oh, now we got almost 3 inches of blade below the water. And because of the way this thing is tilted, you're still going to get some room between the water and the ground because of the shape of the blade, and more surface area is going to be under the water. This gives you more power. I know, I'm terrible at this. But more power in shallow water. Okay, illustration is done. My examples suck, but hopefully these examples helped you, even though I suck at explaining things. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, when you are rowing in shallow water, okay, which is why this says shoal. Let's look up the meaning of shoal. It says something about like a group of fish swimming together, and then something about like shallow water. So pretty sure this is called shoal cut because it's made for shallow water. So when you're rowing in the water, you have more surface area because of this teardrop shape. You have more surface area in the water. Okay. Now, if you take the typical blade shape, which is a macon, I think it's called a macon, you would take a center line from this oar shaft, right? And you would have the same amount of blade beneath the center line and the same amount above the center line. Now, with the hatchet style blade, which is what this is, or shoal cut blade, you have more surface area underneath that center line. So when you are rowing, say it's 4 inches of water, more blade because of this teardrop shape will actually be below the surface of the water, giving you more power when you're rowing in shallow water. Hence, shoal, which I had to Google. That was pretty cool. So, with that, you have this protector. Okay, there's this little protector, right? They put this on here because the sole intent of this blade is to row in shallow water. Okay, but they put this protector on there because you're going to be hitting a lot of rocks, right? You're going to be hitting a lot of rocks, but you're going to be getting more power, thus getting yourself in a safer situation, getting you down the river, get to go home to your kids, your family, you get to have Christmas, you get to do all those cool things because you were able to row effectively away from danger in shallow water. Okay, dig that. Big fan. Big fan. The hatchet style blade is my blade of choice because I row in very shallow water a lot. Because I own a raft. When you own a raft, you get to fish in places drift boats don't get to go. So why not get a shoal cut blade? So I want to talk about the materials. What is this made out of? So I think this is a Doug fir, like a solid wood, right? This is a nice solid wood made for incredible strength, durability, which I love. Like I said, anything that is wood, I love. Like, I want to live in a nice log cabin one day, out in the sticks. We'll talk about that in another video. Features of my favorite ore, okay? Yes, it is my favorite. This is actually a 9-foot ore, by the way. I have a 12-foot raft, and this is a 9-foot ore. Perfect length, I feel. I feel like if I got a 9'6", it'd be a little bit too long for my 12-foot raft. I did have a 14-foot raft with a 9'6". I did have a 14-foot raft with a 9'6" ore, and it was perfect, but it was also 3 inches wider. The raft was also 3 inches wider, and so I decided to go with a 9-foot, and I'm super happy that I did because I love this thing. So, the features, what this thing is made out of, and why I love it so much. Solid laminated Douglas fir. So this thing is super solid, guys. It's carbon fiber wrapped, and it is beautiful. If you are a badass, you should get a square top. Look at this thing. Beautiful. Look at that. She's just beautiful. She's a bit. So, turns out, I did not know this. This is a Kevlar protection. That thing is super strong. As we know, Kevlar is in bulletproof vests. So, this is bulletproof. Look at those features. Oh my gosh, I'm reading them now. Square top is counterbalanced. My square top is actually counterbalanced. And it is, too, because it actually leans that way, especially if you're in the center of this thing. But with that being said, it makes it feel like it's counterbalanced without actually being counterbalanced. I didn't know that. I mean, I just always thought it was just super light all the way, and it was just a powerful, badass ore. But I guess like it makes sense why it's so easy to row when it is sitting in your ore lock. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, the fact that this is a solid Doug fir, carbon fiber wrapped, reinforced, this is a very strong ore. That is one thing I love about it. However, I don't know if they all come with the handles like I mentioned earlier, but these handles are trash. This grip is horrible. Okay, that's the one thing I do not like about this ore. I feel like also this would be very hard to crack. And the fact that it's wood, it probably floats. I should read up on that, but I think this ore would float, which is good, right? One thing I do not like about this ore is the fact that, well, it's a solid piece of wood, so I can't complain, really. But it would be nice if the wood had a cutoff and you could take this blade off and put another blade on it in case you broke a blade, right? But the fact that these are Kevlar wrapped down here, carbon fiber reinforced, Doug fir wood, I feel like this is still a really good ore, okay? But the two things I don't like about it, like I said, are the handle and the fact that I don't have an interchangeable blade, okay? So that is my Sawyer ore review. So nothing says America like a good old Sawyer ore, right? These ores are manufactured in Talent, Oregon, I believe like 60s, like 1960 something, 65, 66, 67. So these ores are made in America, baby, and I live in America. My raft is sitting in America right now. So I love the fact that I am fishing an ore that is made in Oregon, and has been for a long time. I'm very proud of that. I try to purchase things that are made in Oregon, and I feel like I just want to do my part in America. I mean, I'm paying the taxes and everything, right? So, anyway, love the fact that these are made in Oregon. That is going to conclude my Sawyer ore review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more gear reviews, go ahead and comment down below. Hit the like button. Hit the bell, guys. If you guys do me a solid and subscribe to the channel, we're doing another giveaway to 11,000 subscribers, by the way. But it just helps, right? It helps me to be able to make more of these videos. It brings information back to you guys. The more the channel grows, the more time off I get, and the more I can create. And the cooler and better the videos are going to get, and the more that we click the commissions and help the channel, like Steelhead Gear, you guys get 15% off. It helps me as well. So the more all that stuff takes place, the more I get to give back to you, and things are only going to go up, right? I'm only going to help you guys more and more and more with the time and the money that I get from earning from you guys supporting and watching the channel. So I love all of you guys who are big fans of mine, and I really appreciate everything that has been done up to date and all the support I've had from you guys up to date. Love the channel, love where it's going. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, like I said, comment down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. More gear reviews coming up, hopefully, if that's what you guys want to see.